Okay, so after you guys read this, I just want to point out, which people in the comments pointed out, I just wanted to show this as well before we go to the comments, that the guy literally says here that blanket statements or generalizations about all white people are racist. You're talking about my wife. In fact, you're talking about some of the closest friends and the best people I know. So he's already telling you that his closest friends are white and the best people he knows are white. So white people are already better than any black person he knows in his life. And white people are closer to him than any black people in his own life. Let that settle in for a little bit. Then he goes on to says, I can't tolerate, I'm okay with people making judgments about me because of my skin color. But to be honest, I couldn't care less about what people think of me. However, when you make statements about the people I care about, it ticks me off. So again, he doesn't care if people racially profile him, be racist towards him and black people, but when it goes to white people who he cares about, it makes him mad. So now, I could say it as something, but the comment says it a little bit better than I can. So basically, he could care less when people make judgments about black people, but any generalizations directed to white people takes him off. Exactly. This is unreal. She wouldn't do the same for him. George Floyd's girlfriend is at home telling him please she forgives them. Black people dying, but please, God forbid, y'all hurt his white people's feelings. Y'all can't tell me that a white woman feels the pain of a black man in America by the fact that you don't care about your own black self as part of the problem with your wannabe oppressed self. Exactly. How can you sit there and be upset when someone generalizes or oppresses? No, it's not even oppressing. I mean, geez, I mean, she's far from being oppressed, but generalizes her people. But okay. It's okay for them to oppress you because you're black, because it's okay for them to be racist to you because you're black, but it's not okay because she's white. That is self-hate. That is white supremacy. And we need to get over this I love massa more than myself shit. This is why we kill each other. We hate each other. We treat our women like dirt. Our women don't act like they don't need us or want us because we hate each other. We need to stop the hate, especially loving the oppressor. The oppressor is going to love themselves regardless. They are not going to love us back. If we stop loving them, that'll free up the love for ourselves. We give all the love for ourselves to them, and that's why we are holding each other back. We got too many house slaves. Way too many, man. How many times y'all think she called him a nigga already? Yeah, for real. The coon train coming, we already know that. The best people he knows are white. No black people fall into that category. Exactly. That's exactly what I said. She gonna be the one that gets him life in prison, ticks him off, huh? Ticks he don't want to be saved. Someone please Photoshop the filler from the roots sitting next to them. Why y'all some haters? Let this man love his woman. Love Trump's hate, and that's also the problem. It's probably a fake profile anyway. You can see the picture. That's Stacey Dash. It looks like. Like, come on, man. Love Trump's hate. Tell that to Martin Luther King with his dog biting ass, turn the other cheek ass, man. I'm sorry, man. All this stuff is because of that. We have more Malcolm X's to fight back and love our people enough to where we can't settle for what we've been given. We will be much better than where we are now. I didn't bother reading. I feel you. I hear you. Why can't she say it? Why do you have to say it? Exactly. Why are you saying it? Shouldn't she be the one on the forefront doing it? Where's her at? Second place. He's gone. This is just so sad because we black people are not people of color. Exactly. East Indians are people of color. Asians are people of color. They're not going through what we're going through. We need to stop that bullshit. Really need to stop that. People are not the same. We need to be secure in our own selves to understand that we are not all the same. Insecure, hell yeah. She can't use your comb, don't take her home. Yeah. People of color, yep. So he doesn't care about himself. who he should view as highly important and relevant, but cares more about massa. Yep, that's the mentality of the typical slave. Exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. That's just crazy, man.
Mean right and in heart want to do right. But there's so few. If 10,000 rattlesnakes was coming down that aisle now, and I had a door here I could shut, and in that 10,000, 1,000 meant right. 1,000 rattlesnakes didn't want to bite me. I knew they were good. Should I let all these rattlesnakes come down, hoping that 1,000 get together and form a shield? Or should I just close the door and stay safe?
I think that...
You understand? The Viet Cong are not all bad, but America's still dropping bombs. In Hiroshima, Japan wasn't bad, but she still dropped the bomb. In Korea, they weren't bad, but they still dropped the bomb. So now I'm going to forget the 400 years of lynching and killing and raping and depriving my people of freedom, justice, equality, the first fired, last hired, the lowest of low, last respected. And I'm going to look at 2 or 3 white people who are trying to do right and don't see the other million trying to kill me. I'm not that big of a fool, and I'm not going to deny it.
So that's where we are today. People are totally still scared of acknowledging the fact that there's a lot of good white people out here trying to fight, trying to make a change, trying to do what's right. But then there's a lot of people like these guys. You understand? There's people like this all in the mix. And then even in the protest, the people who are kneeling, put their hands up, screaming Black Lives Matter, all these types of people are still in that same crowd. They're still in that same crowd. How are you supposed to differentiate between who is who? That's the thing. With people who are sellouts and house slaves, or even just regular people who don't know what to do but want to support black people, other black people who want to support black people and support the fight, but love white people or don't have any hate or ill will towards white people. Like, I don't have any hate towards it, but you got to be in reality. If a lot of these good white people are smart, some of them will tell you the truth, but some of them will lie to you, as in this. There are a lot of white people who would tell you, yes, you need to separate. You need to just get away from us. I wouldn't even blame you if you wanted to not be around us and separate. And then there's some white people who say, no, we all have to be together. We all have to unify. It's all about equality, but equality is a fake reality. There's never been a time in world history where everyone has been equal. It's never been that way. And if they actually really cared about you, how can they expect you to still want to be around people who've been murdering, raping you, and killing you for hundreds of years, oppressing you, depriving you of just normal human rights? And then they expect us to be with them and fight for equality while every single day risking our lives with covert racist white people who could be in the mix. They could be standing right next to the good white friend that you have, and nobody knows until they stab you right in your throat. Then you're a dead person on the news, and they're screaming, oh, we need to make a change, we need to make a change. Why do we have to risk our lives every single day to wait for them to make a change? That is the question that people are scared to ask themselves. Are you scared to ask yourself that question? Is the damn point. Peace out.